Hi there, Naragma here. Welcome to my channel. Today we will cover the 5 most common mistakes when it comes to writing a formula, and we will start from the basics, the silly mistakes, and then we will go to another level where we will discuss where sometimes you think you write the right formula and the formula is not working. So why the formula is not executing, we will go over some of the reasons behind that, or the most common reasons behind that. And lastly, we want Excel to do the work for us. So we will go over the tools in Excel that will help us to find the error, give us a suggestion what the error might be, and then we'll show you how to trace it and how to fix it as well. So let's get started. Now the first one we're going to start with is really the silly mistakes. So sometimes while you are typing the formula, you might make a spelling mistake. And a good example of this, maybe just adding in the equal sign, then trying to add two numbers. So if I want to add number 2 to number 3, I might press the equal sign again, and instead of pressing shift and equal sign to add the plus sign, and then I press enter. What I will get is the false error right in here, and it simply means you more likely just miswrite the formula. What a lot of people will do, they just will go back here and backspace it or delete what they have written and then they start over. And I think that's not needed. The only thing you need to do is double click on the cell and go back to the formula, then backspace whatever you wrote wrong. So for example, here is the equal sign, then shift and equal to add the plus sign and press enter, and it will work just fine. So my recommendation on the first one, just go back, double click or look at the formula bar and correct whatever you wrote wrong, and that would be the fastest way to fix it. Now, the second common mistake is really related to the number format. So for each cell in Excel, we can see that the number format is in general, which means you can have no specific format, which means you can have numbers or you can have a text. However, sometimes when you try to subtract, for example, 5 minus 3, and you press enter, you wouldn't get 2. What you will get instead is a date. So Excel will think that you want to type May 3rd instead, and it will change the format here right away to custom. The reason behind this is that you didn't start with an equal sign. So whenever you want to start to write a formula, you always have to start with an equal sign. Then you can do 5 minus 3 and press enter. If you don't start with an equal sign, one of the things that would happen is changing the number format to a custom, and that would be, in this case, a date. So if I do 5 minus 3 once again and press enter, I will get a date. And to fix this, I have to go back here and change it to general, but it wouldn't even give me the number that I want. So more likely I will need to start from the beginning with an equal sign, then write the formula once again. The third common mistake or error is really the name error. What's the name error really means? It simply means that you have used invalid name. That could be a wrong address for a certain cell, or that could be a wrong name for a function as well. So let me show you a couple of them. If I want to add those two values together, I can start with an equal sign, then select the first cell, then add a plus sign and select the second cell. But I might maybe delete number 1 by mistake. So if I have only B by itself and press enter, I will get the name error, which in this case means that you didn't name the cell correctly. So you have to go back and correct the name for the cell and press enter, and that will fix it. The other common mistakes as well is writing a function without brackets. So if I write the sum function, for example, and then went right away and tried to click on number 9 without double clicking on the function or without opening a bracket, I will, by just clicking on this cell, I will get the error right away. So to fix this one, I will double click here and then I can add the bracket or the parentheses myself. And then I can add those two numbers and then press enter, and that will solve the problem. Now for number 4, I want to talk about another situation where you actually write or you think you write the formula correctly, but you cannot get the results. A good example of this is that if you do an equal sign, then you try to add two random numbers, so maybe 4 plus 5, and you press enter, you will see you're not getting the results. Now, what's the reason behind this? I can give you 3 reasons that I believe the most common to happen with you. The first one is that you might have added a space bar in the beginning before the equal sign. So the only thing you need to do is to check that you don't have any space. So if you do like I do right now, I just will make sure I backspace that additional space and then press enter and you will get the result. Another reason behind this is that sometimes you might change the number format once again. So you might change this to a text really, and that's used sometimes to write a formula without executing it. So over here, if I change the format for this cell to a text, as you can see, it will not give me the result and it will not execute the formula. So this is helpful if you actually like to write the formula without executing it. In order to execute it, you have to go back here and change it to a number or general, no specific format, and then you can press enter and you will see the formula is working just fine. A third situation is that sometimes you might get this Excel sheet from someone else. So some people like to show the formulas in a way that they want to see what's behind it. In another word, they want to see the formula and where it has been used in an Excel sheet. And for that, some people like to go to the Formulas tab and click on Show Formulas. The moment you do that, you can see over here, I can see both formulas. Now, if I go and type another formula, it would be pretty much the same result. So I will not get 0 over here. In order for all those formulas to show me the results, I need to press this button once again, and then you will get the results and the formulas. Now, when you start a new formula, it will work just fine. Now, in Excel, there are a lot of potential errors that can happen, and that's bring a very good question. Is there a way that Excel can help you find those mistakes, also give you a hint on what the mistake could be and what you need to correct it? And the answer is definitely yes. This is a powerful tools now that I would like to go over very quickly with you. It's easy to use and it's very, very powerful. So let me give you this example to illustrate those tools. Let's say, for example, we are selling, maybe we are having a coffee shop and we're selling different drinks. And then we have the price for those drinks, the cost, and the quantity sold, let's say for this month. If we want to calculate the profit, it's nothing but the price minus the cost times the quantity. And it's a straightforward formula. After you write the formula, then autofill the formula, you will see you have an error right in here. So it's working for the first 3, but not for the first one. Or sorry, not for the last one. So how to correct this and how to know the reasons behind it, you can go to the Formulas tab and then go and click on Error Checking. Even if you are selecting the first cell here, it doesn't really matter. The moment you click on error checking, it will take you to the cell where you have an error, and it will tell you what the error is and try to give you some suggestions. So here the error is in value, and it says a value used in the formula is of the wrong data type. So here it makes you think, okay, so what's the cells that has been used to calculate this cells over here? So in this case, you want to track back the cells that's used to get the value over here. To do so, you can click on trace over here, and the moment you click on it, Excel will add an arrow for you, and those little dots will tell you what cells has been used. So this one and this one and this one, 3 of them has been used to get the value over here. So now the question is, is any of those cells has a problem, and you need to go back and look at them and try to fix them. A quick look, I can see in this one, there is a double quotation. So you can remove those arrows if you like, and go back here and correct this. So I'm going to take out the double quotation and press enter, or just click outside, and you can see it's working now just fine. Now it's your turn, so please go ahead and try to make mistakes and try to use the Excel tools to find the error for you and give you a suggestion, and I hope you will enjoy doing so. If you find this video helpful, please don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and please, if you have any suggestions and you would like to learn certain things, leave that in the comments and I will be happy to create a video for you. It was a pleasure, and see you in the next video.